149 years, Charter Day celebration. You already know what it is, your main man, William Beaumont. We're celebrating 149 years, Howard University Alumni Association of Atlanta Charter Day celebration. You can't beat it. There's nothing like a Howard man, nothing like a Howard woman. You see behind me, got plenty of Howard people.
Yeah, so
tell us this, the legacy,
yes,
the tradition, the camaraderie, the relationships. What has that meant for you being a Howard University grad?
Oh man, it's meant everything, right? So having the Howard Network,
right,
you lean on all of that. I like to tell people there's no place in the country I can touch down and not be able to touch a Howard grad.
Right.
You know, it teaches you early on what it means to go get it.
Right.
And that's what we had to do.
Right.
And that's what we do now.
You hear it, Brother Wesley Owens, right here, Howard man, class of 94. 149 years, Charter Day celebration. Bringing it to you. My good friend Chip Joyner here. We're back again for Howard University Alumni Association, 149 years.
Outstanding, outstanding. That's great.
149, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
So how you feel, man? How you feel?
I feel great. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
Went to the breakfast this morning with Dr. Frederick.
Okay.
And really enlightening.
Yeah.
And so I'm just always excited to support the school.
Yeah, it's always good to see good friends, and we can always reflect on some of our times at Howard.
Yeah.
The legacy, tradition, we always talk about that. What does that mean to you?
Oh man, it means so much. I mean, you know, school is almost like a church. Right? You know, it's about the people too, in addition to the education, in addition to the buildings. And it's such a large family, and just every day I'm amazed at how much Howard has impacted our life, the city of Atlanta, everywhere I go, and the friendships. And my daughter just got accepted to Howard.
Oh, congratulations.
So she's a senior in high school, just got her letter the other day.
Okay.
So fingers crossed, hopefully she goes there, you know.
She's there.
And
She's there.
So I'm excited. I'm excited. And
good.
And my brother's excited. Just talked to him. He couldn't make it in town today.
Okay.
But it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does it mean? The tradition, the legacy, the camaraderie, the relationships. What does it mean?
You don't have enough film for me to even say. I think, there are a couple of things. First of all, you get a good education.
Right.
Secondly, you develop friendships that you have for your lifetime. I still have my best friends that I met the first week I walked on campus, the first week I walked in the dorm. You have that network of people that you stay in contact with ever, that support you no matter what you're going through. It's something that's indescribable that I knew I would not have gotten at a non-HBCU campus.
But right now, we're right here in the moment. We got great people here tonight, all these Howard University alums. Oh man, I'm just so excited. I'm so full right now. You just don't know how full I am. I got the city of Atlanta behind me. I got the Howard people all around me. I can't go wrong. So you already know we bring it to you. 149 years, Howard University celebrating Charter Day. They're filing in. Oh, I gotta stop them. They should never walk by me. Nancy Flake, how you doing, Nancy?
I'm doing great.
Good. Tell us about tonight, being here again, celebrating 149 years, this legacy.
It's awesome.
What does that mean to you?
Listen, we had President Frederick this morning at a breakfast.
I missed that.
Sharing with us all of the plans and the opportunities and the challenges that we face to really ensure that Howard's legacy is around another 150 years. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, I'm so proud he's our leader.
Yes.
And number two, folks, we have work to do.
Hey.
So we got to step it up. We're stepping it up tonight.
That's right.
We're going to take it from here to the next level and the next level.
Next level.
And so I'm fired up. I'm getting more involved myself.
That's right. That's
so
right.
I'm going to challenge all our Howard Bison out there. You know how much you love this university, and it is key to where we are in our lives right now. We got to do more. We got to give back. We got to write the checks. I wrote my check.
Yes.
You got to write your check.
I'm still here with beautiful Karen. Karen, tell us a little about what you do and why we're here tonight.
Oh, well, we're here to celebrate 149 years of excellence.
Yes.
Howard, excellence, truth, and service. And to give back to the university, it's a scholarship fundraiser.
Yes.
So we're trying to raise money for scholarships for deserving Howard University students.
Right. So how is that going? It seems like the Atlanta Club it does a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking any other alumni association in the club, but We do a lot here, and the scholarship fund. How is that going, and what is that? What has that been meaning to other students?
Yes, we're aiming to raise $50,000 this year. The students need us more than ever. Tuition is $40,000.
Wow.
A little over that. So it's a real need. It's a real need.
So you hear it.
You know, we love our baby bison.
Yeah. So why'd you choose Howard?
Well, mostly because of the legacy, and it has everything that I look for in a college. It's in a nice city. It's has a good academic reputation, and it's a good pre-med program, which is what I'm looking for.
Beautiful, beautiful. So where'd you go to high school?
Woodward Academy.
Woodward Academy. Now you can tell her about the legacy, the relationship, the tradition, what she's about to walk into.
Legacy goes back so long. I mean,
149 years.
That's right.
That's it, right?
And in terms of African American scholars, entertainers, entrepreneurs, scientists. I mean, it all starts with Howard University.
The Mecca.
The Mecca, all the time. I mean, you could talk about Debbie Allen, you could talk about anybody. Right. I mean, there's just, in terms of African American established, it's a great thing. And it's the best part of my life. It's been Howard University. So I recommend it to everyone.
To be like. This is Kobe Davis. He is an honor student at Decatur High School. Hey, how
Coming to
are
Howard?
you?
I think so.
He's been accepted to Howard and Morehouse, so I brought him tonight to help him get his mind right.
Yeah. So we were here with Portia Bruner. Tell us, Portia, you brought him here. Tell him about the legacy, the tradition, what it means, that camaraderie, the relationships that you build over the years.
We have been spending a lot of time talking to Kobe about how wonderful the Howard University experience is, and what it means, what you learn, how you grow, and then how it still continues to affect your life in the years that pass after you leave. And that's an experience that I'm hoping Kobe will get to have. He's certainly been accepted. And that scholarship money is always what matters and what counts. It can make or break the deal, and so that's why it's so important that we as alum continue to support evenings like this so that young men like Kobe can say, yeah, I'm going to Howard.
So what's going to push you, Kobe? What do you think is, you got these football players, basketball, they have college day, and they say, well, I'm going to such and such. So what's going to push you? What do you think is going to be the turning factor for you to come and make that bison, Howard man?
Really?
I like Morehouse now.
Yeah.
I'm from Atlanta. That was my second choice. But go ahead.
I think I just want to get out of Atlanta and hopefully I get a good scholarship to Howard to take care of my education. So if that happens, then I'm definitely going to Howard.
Okay. Well, we're working on that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Portia. Thank you.
Thank you.
We bring it to you. 149 years celebrating Charter Howard University. We don't stop. Ain't you?
You know.
So the legacy, the traditions, the relationships, what has that meant for you over the years?
Howard has shaped me, from the day I walked on campus. Now I'm giving back. This whole experience of graduating and matriculating through Howard, now I'm trying to give back and, and network with my other fellow alum.
It's good to be here. Good to be here.
Yes.
149 years, we're celebrating Charter Day. Next year's going to be 150. Are you going to be a part of that?
Yes, I will be a part of it. I need to take a break, but I will be a part of it. Yes, it's going to be bigger and better.
Bigger and better, absolutely. So we have a great evening playing here tonight, and we're looking forward to all the honorees and Dr. Frederick speaking. So we're going to continue with some more interviews, some more of the program. 149 years celebrating Charter Day, Howard University. You already know. Ain't you?
You know.
Thank you, my name is Mike Phillips. I love you. Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much.
First, let me say it's a pleasure to be in Atlanta again. I was at your Charter Day celebration 2 years ago, and it certainly was a fantastic event. I'm getting a little worried that you guys are rivaling the real thing, so we've got to be a little cautious about how big this is getting. But nevertheless, I appreciate what you're doing. Let me first start by thanking the president of the Howard University Alumni Association here in Atlanta, Alumni Club of Atlanta, for the hard work that she's been doing, and we've had a full day, so I want to thank you very much for all of that. Howard University has been around for almost 150 years. And we have a significant obligation to ensure that that legacy is well preserved. We talk about the legacy of Howard University all of the time. In my opinion, the best way to preserve that legacy, the best way to respect it, is to make sure that there's a very strong future. It's the best thing that we can do. When we talk about a Thurgood Marshall, and we talk about the fact that he could not attend any other law school in this country but Howard Law, and he could attend Howard Law and then get all the way to the Supreme Court. When you look at what's taking place right now, you can have the first African-American president being questioned about whether or not he should nominate someone to the Supreme Court. I think you would agree with me that Thurgood Marshall would want to see Howard Law School thriving, right? He'd want to see Howard Law School preparing the next Supreme Court justice, right? For the first African-American female president to nominate, right? So I think we have a responsibility to do that. So how do we do that in today's world? Howard University has about 10,200 students in 13 schools and colleges. We participate in 160 programs. We are a massive enterprise, in my opinion, in a lot of businesses. We have a healthcare business because we run a hospital. We have a radio station, we have a TV station. And if you think of the complexity of that, it certainly means that we must be nimble and agile about what we do. Who are we attracting to Howard University? We're attracting the best and the brightest. The average African American taking the SAT last year scored 855 as average score on the two-part score. The incoming class last year, average SAT score was 1182 at Howard University. When you talk about who we are attracting and are we competitive, there's no doubt. There's no doubt that we are at the front of the game. But in order to do that, we have to be able to support those students. The one major difference with those students from any other place that they can go is their ability to pay. 60% of my students qualify for Pell Grants on my undergrad campus. We are a private institution. Our Pell Grant population rivals that of state institutions. But when you look at the cost of an education at a state institution, it's about a quarter on average of what we charge at Howard University. In Washington, D.C., American U, Georgetown, and George Washington, their Pell Grant eligibilities are 11%, 14%, and 18% respectively. Ours is 6-0. So we are attracting a high-performing academic student who doesn't have the ability to pay. Right, so that's the conundrum. How do we close that gap? So the first thing is we have to ensure that the environment that the students come into is an excellent environment. So the first thing that we've done with my Board of Trustees' blessing is to form an Office of Undergraduate Studies. And that office makes sure that it prepares the students for participating and matriculating through college. Tutoring has been ramped up significantly. Academic advising, we have a GUT 15 program to ensure that students take no less than 15 credits a semester so that they can graduate on time. Our Board of Trustees approved a 120-hour credit scheme to ensure that students can finish in 4 years. And if you think about it, we also increased the number of maximum credits you can take for the same tuition to 21. So if you're really serious about getting out of college on time, you can take 20 credits a semester and finish in 3 years, right? Now, I have a bias. I did my undergrad work in 2 years at Howard, so I clearly have a bias. I did the BSMD program, and so I'm going to put my bias out there. But I'll make an argument to you. We talk about debt all the time for college students. If that's the case, why don't we focus on getting them out on time or getting them out early? So, my Board of Trustees approved a rebate program. If you graduate on time at Howard or early, we give you 50% back of your direct payments in the last semester. That we are not waiting for others to innovate and show us the direction, because we feel we have a unique opportunity at Howard University to lead. Because we have a special student body and we feel it's extremely important for us to lead. We've also looked at our general education curriculum and change that, because I would argue to you that some of the things that we require students to do to matriculate through college is necessary. The drowning, African Americans drown at a rate of 5 times that of our Caucasian counterparts. So at Howard University, you have to take a swimming class in order to graduate. Now, I would argue, I would make a strong argument to you that, and I'm sure many of you who took that swimming class can attest to this, right? Most of the people who are scared of the deep end of the pool at the beginning of the semester end the semester swimming in the shallow very well. But I don't know took any of them who were drowning in the shallow, right? My point being that we have to be more nimble, right? So one of the proposals I'm going to bring to my board is why don't we allow the students to take a class at the Y and learn to swim at their own pace over the course of 4 years and bring us back a certificate? Why don't we give them experiential learning if they were a lifeguard in the summer? Give them the credit for it. We need to use more opportunities to provide credits for life experiences the students may have. My students go to Kenya in the summer and build irrigation systems for farms. They go to Haiti and provide free dental care. You can't tell me there's anything that I'm going to teach in the classroom
that's right.
That's going to be a more valuable experience than that experience, right?
That's right.
So if that's the case, I just explained to you the fact that my students don't have the financial fortitude to pay the bills at Howard University. We ended graduation last year in May with a $22 million bill of unpaid tuition from our students. In 2008, we gave $42 million of institutional aid to our students to allow them to matriculate. So nothing burns me more than when people ask me, what do you do with the money? I'll tell you what we do with the money. Last year, we gave $110 million of institutional aid to our students. 110. But let's think about that. We started at $42 million in 2008 and ended up at $110 million last year. That's an unsustainable increase. That's not an increase with an endowment of $600 million that we can do every year. And when you talk about giving and you talk about supporting our institutions, we can put that in perspective as well. Last year, Harvard University raised $1.6 billion. We'll discount them $400 million because Hank Paulson wrote a check for $400 million to the School of Public Health. So let's discount that. Let's say Hank Paulson got up drunk one morning and wrote that big check. So let's say they raised $1.2 billion. Their endowment is $40 billion, right? We take 5% of our endowment and put it into the operating budget. When they take 5% of $40 billion for their operating budget, they're taking $2 billion. My revenue, my total revenue coming into the university last year was $780 million. Harvard, on their 5% of their endowment, can run 3 Howard universities a year. Right? Just to give you perspective, we raised $13 million in contributions last year. That represented a 50% increase in alumni giving. It means so much to me that Howard, my story is not an exceptional story. My story is simply a Howard story. I could pass this mic around the room and we'd be here for the next 365 days listening to the same exceptional stories. Because that's what Howard does. It gives you an opportunity, but then it takes you and makes you much more than you yourself would ever dream of being. And as you think about that, if you want to affect what this country is going to look like, then I would challenge you to make sure that you walk with Howard University. Thank you.
But it's about us.
It is.
We
about,
Howard, you Howard.
It starts with us.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, 149 years. I mean, we know we're near 149 years old.
Right.
But Howard's been around that long, and we've been around, 40 plus years. And tradition, legacy, relationships. I mean, we haven't seen each other for years, but still to the day, when we see each other, it's like it was yesterday on the yard, in front of Douglas Hall, in front of the Founders Library.
Yes.
So has that meant to you over the years?
They talked about tonight, man, the roles that everybody played in our lives, like the direction of my life. I mean, to pair what somebody said there, changed significantly from our experience at Howard University. I'm a lawyer today, a civil rights lawyer, fighting for justice, rooted in the struggles that we fought for as young student activists at Howard University. So without a shadow of a doubt, I thank Howard University, brothers like yourself, all the brothers and sisters that we interacted with that helped to shape my belief in the struggle for our people and for civil rights and for human rights. And to this day, I thank Howard University everywhere I go. I thank my experience at Howard University for making me the person that I am today.
Yeah. Looking good, man.
Thank
good
you,
to
man.
See you, dog.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Indeed.
149 years, my main man, Booker T, Washington. Chill.
Indeed.
Love you, brother. Good to see you, man. Stay strong.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it.
But some of the others here, tell us a little bit about relationships. What Howard's meant to you, the legacy, tradition. Start with you, Eric. Just a couple lines on that.
Oh, the Howard relationships, that's deep. That's really deep. Yeah, I mean, everywhere I go, I can always find a bison. And we connect like that. Even if whether we were in classes together or not, we just have that common bound, and it's priceless.
It's not about friendships, it's about family. Even though we've all graduated 20 years ago, as if we were still at Howard.
No, right? Don't tell nobody that. Jamming.
Oh, yes. Howard, wow, okay, that's a lot. I could take like 20 years to talk about why Howard is special. I would say that it created an immediate sense of trust, because if you were at Howard, then you were cut from a certain cloth even before you got there. And then while you were at Howard, that cloth was refined and polished and ironed and what have you. So now when I travel the world or go all around the country, if you say you went to Howard, I stop my immediate vetting process on whether or not you're trustworthy, or whether or not you can have my cell phone number or my email address, or whether I might meet you for business. If you went to Howard, let's talk. Period. End of story. That's it. It's like a social security number. What's your Howard ID? Then we family. Absolutely.
I want to just talk about kind of what all the other individuals have said. All are great friends. While at Howard, they didn't let us get down. So if you wanted to be down, you couldn't be, because you've got friends that said, hey, you got to study. You got to get yourself up. So I want to say thank you to all my friends, Howard. I love you. I've always loved the university, and I will continue to support the university.
I just want to say these are all engineers. So when you say Howard University engineers, you know you are dealing with a thorough, dynamic group. So you know.
My name is Nadia Pinto, and I am a proud graduate of Howard University School of Business from 2008, and I currently serve as the president of the Howard University Alumni Club of Houston, and I also serve as one of the 4 executive presidents on the HUAA Executive Council.
Look how articulate she is, man. That's Howard women. Y'all know Howard women? So, the legacy, tradition. Obviously, it's important to you because you came out here all the way from Houston.
Right.
And that brought you out here to hear Dr. Frederick, I suppose, and to see some of your other Atlanta alumni. What does that mean to you? The history of Howard, the tradition, the legacy, the relationships, the camaraderie. What does that mean for you in your life?
The Howard legacy means being a part of a family that is so much greater than myself, than the members in this room, than the alumni before me, but even the future of this world. Howard has redefined so many individuals to become empowering and impactful individuals who are changing this world every day. And that legacy is so strong that being an alum of Howard carries weight that is literally invaluable.
Okay, good. So if you had a message for the alumni of Houston, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to get active with the university, and active doesn't necessarily mean just paying your dues or being a member of our club, but giving back to the university. So we do a lot of recruiting efforts in Houston. We host annual events. We accepted Students Weekend. So really connecting with the Howard Houston community and finding ways to support our beloved alma mater. There are several opportunities to do so, and just creating and diving into that platform to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm so excited to be here, just to be a part of this family reunion in Atlanta of Howard alumni, and it is an honor to be a part of alumni from the 70s, the 60s, all the way to the 2000s, and to see so many people engaged and excited to give back. And I want to encourage and continue to encourage alumni of all years from 2016, the ones that are about to graduate, all the way back into the 1900s, to stay connected to our alma mater. We need your support, not only financially, but also of your time, your commitment, talking and engaging students from the baby ages all the way through their 12th grade year to come to Howard and to really create awareness about what Howard is and what Howard is going to be in the future as we begin to bring more tech and innovation on campus. We're building out our different academic disciplines and really seeing a rise in the level of our alumni. I encourage you to stay connected, to get connected, or maybe even lead a change and a cause of your own. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. You see right here some of Howard's finest behind me. 149 years we've been celebrating for Charter Day. Howard University been around a long time. We want to be around another 149 or plus years. H2 all behind me. We getting it in. You know. You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? You feel me? It's an exciting night. We had the president of Howard University was here, Dr. Wayne Frederick. Gave a phenomenal, inspiring speech. Great honorees that were here tonight. You'll see about them as you look at the video, and you hear about them around the world. Howard University is all over the place. We got it going on. Like I said, ain't no party like an 8-2 party, because an 8-2 party don't stop. It's me, your main man, William Bo Martin, on the B-Lane Network. Bringing it to you, bringing it to you, bringing it to you. You already know. 149 years, Howard University Alumni Association of Atlanta Charter Day celebration.
Give what you can.
That's right.
But give.